Eminem's music has evolved over the years, from Slim Shady's twisted persona through songs full of anger and personal vulnerability to more mature and reflective content. However, there is one thing that has remained constant throughout all this time, and that is, of course, Marshall's bond with his daughter Hailie. Now, the journey has come full circle as Eminem's about to enter a new chapter, becoming a grandfather. Today, we're diving deep into how Hailie shaped Eminem's music, from the struggles he faced in her early years to the pride he feels today as she starts her own family. When Hailie was born in 1995, Eminem was still Marshall Mathers, a young, struggling rapper trying to make a name for himself in Detroit. Life wasn't easy. He worked multiple jobs just to keep the lights on, and he often shared a sense of hopelessness about his future. But Hailie's birth gave him something he'd never had before, a reason to push forward, to succeed against all odds. At this time, Marshall was recording his first album, Infinite, on a shoestring budget. It was a commercial flop, but it's clear now that those lyrics were written by a man with a newfound drive.
Just the two of us. Baby, your dad loves you.
After Slim Shady was born, Eminem's career started to gain traction. During that time, he faced intense personal struggles, particularly in his relationship with Hailie's mother, Kim. In his track 97, Bonnie and Clyde, he brings Hailie into his music for the very first time in a way that shocked audiences. In the song, he's driving with his young daughter to dispose of his wife's body. The lyrics are dark and disturbing, typical for Slim Shady persona, but they're also symbolic of his frustrations with his volatile relationship with Kim. While 97 Bonnie and Clyde is fictional, it paints a vivid picture of his inner turmoil and the weight he felt as a father trying to protect Hailie from his chaotic personal life. This track introduced fans to the complex, sometimes troubled father-daughter relationship that would become a recurring theme in his work.
I got my baby back. Yo, check it out.
By the time The Eminem Show came out in 2002, Eminem's fame had skyrocketed, but with fame came even more personal challenges. He was fighting legal battles with his mother, facing custody issues, and dealing with the relentless pressure of the spotlight. In the midst of all this, he released Hailie's Song, a track that stands out for its raw vulnerability. Hailie's Song is special because Eminem isn't just rapping here, he's singing. He's pouring out his love, fears, and hopes for Hailie, even admitting that he struggles to stay happy despite all his success. But do you know what prompted Marshall to create a piece so different from anything he has done so far in his career? Eminem wrote Hailie's Song as a direct expression of his love for his daughter, as well as the relief he felt after winning partial custody of her following a long and difficult court battle with her mother, Kim. The song was one of Eminem's first tracks where he openly sang rather than just rapped, which underscored the personal and emotional weight of the subject. He has said that the decision to sing, despite not being a trained singer, was motivated by the raw emotion he felt while writing about Hailie. During this period, Eminem was dealing with intense legal battles and a highly publicized on-again, off-again relationship with Kim. Their marriage was strained, and they eventually divorced for the second time in 2001, around the time The Eminem Show was being produced. Through it all, Eminem fought hard to maintain a relationship with Hailie, fearing that his career and personal conflicts might one day prevent him from being there for her. In the lyrics, Eminem opens up about his insecurities and the weight he feels as a father trying to provide stability for Hailie in an unstable environment. This was the first time fans saw Eminem not just as Slim Shady or Marshall Mathers, but as a father who was struggling to protect his daughter from the chaos of his life. Eminem recorded Hailie's Song with minimal production compared to his other tracks, emphasizing the raw, almost vulnerable nature of the track. He wanted listeners to feel the authenticity behind the lyrics, even if it meant stepping outside his comfort zone. His decision to sing rather than rap added a unique layer of sincerity, making it one of the most emotional tracks on The Eminem Show. But there is another interesting thing about this album and the person of Hailie. As you may know, she also appears in the song My Dad's Gone Crazy. But did you know that because of this, she holds a Guinness World Record? It's all because My Dad's Gone Crazy hit the Billboard charts, and Hailie, who was 6 years old at the time, was officially listed as a feature in the song. To this day, that makes her the youngest performer to be credited on the R&B charts.
What Daddy always tell you, straighten up, little soldier.
By 2004, Eminem had reached superstar status, but his personal life was in turmoil. He was struggling with the effects of fame, addiction, and an increasingly strained relationship with his ex-wife, Kim. These issues had begun to take a toll on his relationship with Hailie, who was growing up in a turbulent environment shaped by her father's fame and family conflict. Eminem's lyrics in Mockingbird serve as an apology to Hailie for the instability in their lives. The song reflects his guilt over the sacrifices she's had to endure because of his career and his struggles with addiction and mental health. At the time, he was battling feelings of inadequacy as a father, recognizing that his fame and personal issues had a direct impact on her childhood. Eminem wanted to let Hailie know that despite his mistakes, he would always be there for her and loved her deeply. The lyrics in Mockingbird are structured almost like a letter or a conversation. Eminem uses the song to explain his perspective to Hailie, acknowledging the challenges she's faced and expressing his regret over the choices he's made. Eminem acknowledges that Hailie may not fully understand why their life is so chaotic, but he hopes one day she'll see that he's doing his best. This is a deeply apologetic track where he faces the hard truth of how his career and personal struggles have affected her. The title of the song, Mockingbird, references the classic lullaby, Hush, Little Baby. The lullaby's lyrics promise comfort and material gifts to a child, but in Mockingbird, Eminem rewrites this lullaby to fit his struggles as a father who feels he's failed to provide a normal, secure life for Hailie.
And if the mockingbird don't sing and that ring don't shine, I'ma break that birdie's neck.
In this line, Eminem uses the lullaby's promises as a metaphor for his inability to provide everything he wants for Hailie. It's a symbolic gesture of his frustration and anger with himself for the ways he feels he's let her down. The lyrics show his desperation to make things right, even if he's unsure how to do so.
Yeah, it's my life. Long words, I guess.
We didn't have to wait long for another song dedicated to Hailie, and it was all thanks to When I'm Gone, released in 2005. It may have escaped some younger listeners that it was with this track that Eminem first attempted to put his alter ego to death. Eminem has hinted in interviews that When I'm Gone marked the beginning of his attempt to find balance between his public persona and his private life. At this point, he was beginning to confront his struggles with addiction and the personal demons that had come with fame. The song serves as a first step in reconciling his love for Hailie with his career, acknowledging that Slim Shady's influence had led to painful consequences for his family. In this track, Hailie plays a pivotal role as both Eminem's motivation and the emotional anchor of the track. She represents the innocence and stability he longs for, contrasting sharply with the chaos of his Slim Shady persona. Throughout the song, Eminem reenacts conversations with Hailie, highlighting her confusion over his absence and her desire for him to stay home. This shows the real-life impact his career has had on her, as she struggles to understand why he's often away. Hailie's presence in the song is a powerful reminder to Eminem of what he's risking by maintaining his career and public persona. Her simple words reveal the emotional cost of his fame, making him question whether the life he's built as Slim Shady is worth the strain it places on their relationship. Thus, it can be said that Marshall used Hailie's persona here to personify both his deepest love and his greatest source of grief. Interestingly, little was done, and this song might never have seen the light of day, because for some people at the label, the song resembled Mockingbird too much. Fortunately, that didn't stop Marshall from releasing it.
December 1st, 1995. Dear Hailie.
Fast forward to 2017 and Eminem's Revival album. Here Marshall revisits his relationship with Hailie, who at this point is already an adult, in the track Castle. This song consists of letters written to Hailie at different times in Marshall's life. Each verse begins with a date, after which Marshall reflects on his regrets and the challenges he was facing. Of course, in reality, these letters are written in retrospect, which makes them extremely introspective, as Eminem addresses moments he wishes he could change and apologizes for the pain his fame and behavior may have caused. Castle is essentially Eminem's apology for the chaos Hailie was exposed to because of his career. He even contemplates what would have happened if he hadn't survived his struggles with addiction, expressing his fear of leaving her alone. Then the very next song on the album, A Rose, takes this even further as he imagines saying goodbye, urging her to live her life without the burden of his legacy.
So this song is for Hailie. for when that day comes.
All of this brings us to the key point of the video, which is of course the fact that we've recently learned that Marshall Mathers is going to become a grandfather, all thanks to the video for the song Temporary from M's latest album, The Death of Slim Shady. In the music video, Hailie surprised Eminem with news that he's going to be a grandfather, presenting him with a Detroit Lions jersey labeled Grandpa and a sonogram. For Eminem, this moment is a full circle experience, a new beginning in the journey he shared with Hailie, who has grown from a little girl in his lyrics to a mother-to-be. In addition, in the video we can see various excerpts from their lives showing their moments together. Among other things, there are excerpts from Hailie's wedding, and in one of the videos, M gets emotional seeing her daughter in her wedding dress. The song itself is written from a posthumous perspective, so to speak. These are the words that Marshall would like to pass on to Hailie once he is gone from this world. Seeing Eminem's emotional reaction is a rare glimpse into his softer side. It's the ultimate testament to the bond they share, a reminder that his story with Hailie is still evolving. For fans, this milestone is a powerful symbol of growth, not just for Eminem as a father, but as a man who has lived through pain and come out the other side. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to show some love by smashing the like button, subscribing to the channel, and clicking the notification bell so you don't miss out on future content. Also, be sure to let us know in the comments what's your favorite song dedicated to Hailie. Until next time, Stans, peace.